Yeah, I'm back. It's the deebz show. Um, I didn't say I was gonna post another video today. Probably. I just posted the Kell book, Louis Scalars fight a couple hours ago. But yeah, I meant to post sooner, but you know, I was watching NBA TV. It's New Year's Eve, even though haven't gone bed yet. It's still New Year's Eve. So the NBA season starts tomorrow technically, even though when I sleep and wake up it'll be Christmas Eve still, but yeah, technically tomorrow NBA starts, but anyway, that's the wrong sport, so let's get on to the boxing. It's just a quick little video about the breaking news in the boxing world. Floyd, Money Mayweather, in my opinion, the pound for pound best fighter in the world. Um, will be spending some time incarcerated. What? He'll be in pen. He will be locked up. Wow, that's mad. He isn't the first athlete who's been in jail, but it's still shocking nevertheless. Well, he's been sentenced to 90 days. Um, they say good behaviour may take several weeks off, but most likely he'll be out the end of March, start of April. Now, one thing this puts a huge doubt on is the Pacquiao Mayweather fight. Even though, to be honest with you, no one was really optimistic that it would happen anyway. But Floyd was talking about a May 5th date that he had booked for the fight to happen. If it did, Cinco de Mayo, supposed to be a big Mexican day. I'm from the UK, so I've just heard about it. It's supposed to be a huge Mexican day and one of the best days for boxing pay-per-view. So that puts a huge doubt on that. Well, to be honest, it's probably a bit more than a huge doubt. It's probably not going to happen because let's say he comes out April or end of March, he wouldn't have a long enough training camp to go straight into that fight. Whoa. Sorry. He wouldn't have a long enough training camp to go straight to that fight, ideally, so that probably will happen. He's also been given 100 hours of community service, a 2,500 fine, bit low, but whatever. I'm a Floyd fan, so I'm not saying you should have paid more, but you know what I mean. For a man with so much P, that's a bit low. Um, yeah, a year-long domestic violence counselling program. That is his punishment. I guess you can't really argue against him getting punished. A lot of famous people usually get away with a slap on the wrist, so they might be trying to make an example, but if he done the crime, then there it is. He did plead guilty. Maybe they thought they would have got a lesser sentence pleading guilty, but well, let's just put it like this: it could have been worse, couldn't it? Because he he did have a felony charge, which could have got him 34 years apparently, but he he doesn't have to worry about that no more. So the big question is, where does Pacquiao go from here then? If Floyd's not a viable opponent, where does Pacquiao go? Now he could do the Marquez fourth fight, because the third fight, well, let's just put it this way: at the best of circumstances, it was a draw with my eyes. I've watched it and scored it 3, 4 times, and every time I have Marquez winning. So, but anyway, It's not about who I thought would win. He could do the Marquez rematch. He might want to shut people up, put a better performance in, but I think Marquez will always be a trouble for him. I actually do doubt that they'll have that for the next fight because let's say Marquez has another close fight or even gets the decision this time, that just hurts the luster for a Mayweather fight. So I reckon they probably won't do that because it's too big of a risk for it to be a close fight or for them to get a loss. Even if it's a close fight, it takes away from a bit of the luster, but a loss would just be devastating for the markability of the money Mayweather fight. One fight I do see that could happen is Bradley Pacquiao. I think that's very likely to happen. To be honest, Bradley signed two Top Rank. I wouldn't say just for that, because I do think that he believes that, well, it is a better promotion company than where he was, to tell the truth. But I know somewhere in the decision making, the fact that a Pacquiao fight would be very easy to make because they're under the same promoter. I do believe that that came slightly into his thinking. So yeah, Bradley Pacquiao could be an option. I was listening to On the Ropes Boxing Radio on eastsideboxing.com. You should pay me for that marketing. But yeah, I was listening to the show on that, and the interesting opponent that they said was Lamar Peterson. That would be interesting. I think that would be easy to sell because um, the Khan fight, the upset. Well, yeah, it was classic upset because he wasn't the favourite. The upset, the Roach factor that he beat Roach's second guy, so he's going after the first guy. Um, he's he's a title holder, credible name. That could be an option. Also, one that they ain't really talking about as much as maybe they should is the winner of the Victor Ortiz Andre Berto 2 fight. Even though if Victor wins, people would probably say that he's fighting Floyd Mayweather's leftovers again, but um, I'm not really with that thinking, but I'm just saying what people might say. People are stupid, ain't they? But, well, actually, I guess you can say he would be, but he would be coming off a win, so if Victor won, that is, I'm actually leaning a bit towards Berto in a rematch. I'll talk more about that when I post my prediction for the Berto Victor Ortiz 2. So yeah, Floyd, well, he probably won't be fighting on May 5th, but if he gets out and decides to continue his career, because there is always a chance that he might retire, he will be 35 by the time he gets out, so you never know, he could retire. But if he decides to resume his career, he probably won't be fighting on May the 5th. But Floyd, do you actually see Floyd with a lot more options than Pacquiao this time round? I know last time they never fought, everyone was saying that Pacquiao had more options, but this time round I see Floyd with a lot more options. He's got Martinez at 154, probably not going. Well, probably wouldn't be his first fight anyway if he even takes that fight. But that's one option. You got Cotto, 155 or 147 because Cotto says he can easily make 147. That could be a good fight. You got the winner of Ortiz Berto. Great if it's Berto. Interesting if it's Ortiz. Not as good as Berto because that'd be a new challenger. I guess the card fights lost is lost, even though I always thought Carl would get his ass handed to him, but there was hype on the fight, you have to admit that. He's got Bradley also as well, even though Top Rank might be hard for him to discuss. So you've got Lamar Peterson as well. He's a free agent, so that shouldn't be too hard. My dad has been calling Mayweather out for a while. That would be interesting. Him and Devin Alexander supposed to be fighting at welterweight. So if Maidana looks good, or even if Devin looks good, that's another fight at 147 maybe to be made. Yeah, so he has got a few options, but that's just my 2 cents in on the Mayweather, the big news on Mayweather. So yeah, I'm gone.